Hello, hello, welcome everyone. This is going to be our color along for January out of Gnome Sweet Gnome by Teresagoodridge. So here is the book. If you are new here, welcome. We are doing hashtag finishgnomesweetgnomewithashley, and you are welcome to do any page, as many pages as you would like, and use the hashtag. The point of the hashtag is to just kind of get everybody motivated and to help complete a book and whatnot. I am doing videos on the pages, so if you get stuck, need inspiration, or just like some background noise, you're welcome to watch. They will stay up and I will have a playlist for them. So exciting news. Usually I am a Prismacolor girl and I've been doing them in Prismacolor. However, Christmas came and I got the Arrtx 126 colors. So I am going to color this here page in the Arrtx pencils. Now, if you have the Arrtx pencils and you are already proficient with them and you know your colors and your combos, what you like, how they work, do it your way. Perfectly fine. If you have not and yours are new, or you haven't played with yours a whole lot, or you are just wanting to see how they work, then we will learn together on this page. So I did do a swatch chart. This I got from Color with Claire, so this is on her Ko-Fi free, and I did it just to see the color families so that you didn't have to watch me struggle so much to find the colors as we go. I don't usually do swatch charts because swatch charts aren't helpful to me. Color combinations are, but I was trying to have to save a little bit of struggle of finding the pencils as we go here. So if you don't have them, they do stand up in these neat little trays, which is very helpful. I do like that. However, the only downside that I have noticed is when you put the lid on, if you are forgetful like me and you go to pick this up by the bottom, nothing holds these two trays together and you will dump them everywhere. So my pencils may not be in exact order if yours are new, because I have dumped mine. The amount of times I pick that lid up and them two trays fall out the bottom already. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this out of the way here. I'm gonna start with these trees up here in the background, and so I pulled some greens that we're gonna play with and see how they go. So if you are following along, I have olive green, asparagus green, pea green, and fern green. I'm gonna bring it down a little and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my pea green. It's asparagus. You can see they are different, but they are fairly close. And I may not use all of these colors. I just kind of pulled the colors I thought I might use to start with. And I'm just gonna base layer just to see how they kind of go. This is the first page I have used and actually tried to color with them other than the swatch chart. So again, this is kind of a learning experience. I'm not going to do a review on them. There are a million reviews out there, and honestly everyone's opinions are so different, and what you like and what you don't like, and so I don't feel like it would be beneficial to be like, I love them, I hate them, they're better, they're worse than other pencils. So we're just going to learn what works best with them. So I'm going to base layer my trees. I am not usually a base layer kind of girl because your darks don't come out as dark when you try to layer over lighter color pencils, but I think that's the bottom of the tree there, and I might have colored a little bit. There we go. So they erase nicely, but I'm also coloring very lightly at the moment, so. Now we are going to give this tree some dimension and bring these, what do you want to call them, the spikies and the bristles out. Just want to get our green in. So I am doing this in the wee early morning hours of January 1st. So Happy New Year's to everyone. We are officially starting 2024. We had a good Christmas, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of happy December is over, and I am hoping, fingers, toes, and everything else that can be crossed, for a better January than I had December. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that tree there, so I'm gonna leave it for a minute and just kind of work with what I know, and then we'll come back and kind of fill that one in as we go. So now I'm going to go opposite of the spectrum. I put in my light, now I'm going to go with my dark. And I do believe fern green is my darkest. So let me make sure I got the right pencils here. Again, I apologize for the pauses and the fumbling as I learn. Prismacolors go a lot smoother because I can just pick the pencil up and know what color it is. Okay, with a sharp tip, so I am going to sharpen this a little. They do come sharpened, but I want a nice sharp tip for this. We're going to check out how the fine points on here work. They do sharpen nicely. Okay, we're going to flick like when we do hair or fur, eyelashes. That's what's going to give us that separate kind of tree feel. Doesn't have to be perfect. Everywhere she kind of has little bristles put in, and I'm even going to go off the edge of this tree here. I am flicking in an upward motion. And I almost want one darker than fern green, and that would be dark green. Give me 1 second, hopefully dark green, right there, perfect. Just where I want my darker spots to show up a little better, and that is kind of not the dark green I want, but that's all right, we'll work with it. It's still Christmas tree colors. So one of my New Year's goals was to get out of the Prismacolors. I'm still going to use my Prismacolors a lot because they are my favorite. But it was to branch out and try some different pencils and actually give them a chance. Okay, and then we're going to take our asparagus. Actually, let's put in a little bit of, we did fern, so the next lightest one is olive. Going in with olive. This is up to you how many different colors you want to put in. It just builds layers of the tree is all. And we put that base layer down, so the more layers we add, the more they are already kind of blending in together. So I didn't do super dark Christmas trees, and that's kind of on purpose. I didn't want dark green blobs across all the back of my background here. So if you want a darker tree, you can skip the lighter colors. So I'm going in an up and down motion to keep that feel of the tree there. And I'm going to come back in with my dark. Just fill in a couple gaps that feel like they got lost here. Okay, and then I'm going to take that fern green. And again, I am kind of putting it in strokes in the direction the branches are going, just to kind of keep that look. Still getting rid of the white, but adding a little texture as we go. So there is one tree in Arrtx pencils. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to brush in my sides here first and bottom. Sorry, to make sure I was still recording for a second. I thought it said stopped. Oh no. So as you can tell on this one, if you don't follow her lines exactly, you're not gonna know. You can't really see her black lines through all the layers of green I have put down. So they are a great guide, but if you feel like your branches are going a different direction, or mix it up. Okay, this is that dark green. And I'm kind of learning as I go, so if I'm doing it a little different than I did the other one, that would be why. Just want to put some more of this dark down before I do the light. This is olive. Yes, olive. So I'm bringing it up a little higher, my strokes there. And then this is my pea green, but I actually want to use the other one, asparagus. I will get the hang of these. Probably by the time I'm done with the trees, I will have them down. So again, not doing circular motions. Usually I do circular motions to blend, but I'm wanting to keep with the direction of the tree. And now I'm going to take a little of that pea green, and there's not a whole lot of difference, but I do like to blend it with that layer because it is on the bottom. Bring that color back in. And then we're going to look and make sure our tree isn't looking too flat anywhere. There is our second tree. So I will do the same thing on all them trees in the background. So when you come back the next time, my trees will be completed. We're gonna hop down here real quick and we are gonna tackle these little bushes. So I'm gonna pull that dark green right away, and I'm going to go under the snow. And I'm gonna try not to touch the snow. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in all the way across first. So now we have greens up top and greens down at bottom. So we are balanced. So I am going to use the same greens. I don't want to bring in any extra greens that aren't going to match or feel off. So we're doing a nice dark shadowed green. Shadowing that snow. Okay, I'm also going to do the bottom of my bush. And then I'm just going to randomly place some dark green in him. And again, if we don't like it when we get our other colors in, we can come in and adjust it. Okay, I'm going to go in with olive green next. Notice still leaving a little white. So medium pressure I am using. So far, as a Prisma lover, I am enjoying these pencils. They do blend well. I'm not having to force anything. This one is asparagus. And I am back blending over everything now. So now I'm playing with olive green, just kind of hitting any white or any lines that look out of place. I am noticing that I have a big spot right here that I just kind of want to add a little color. Forgot the bottom of my bush over here. So then when I do my ice and my snow will probably have similar colors. I will come in and put the snow on the top of my bushes there. So let's see. Okay, so for my ice, I'm going to go ahead and get that filled in because that's a large area on the page that I think we could get out of the way. I pulled Cadet Blue, Cloud Blue, and Pastel Blue. So to start with, I'm going to use where she has put in lines for my darkest color. I am doing that because my darkest color will help hide these black lines that are put in. I will also go over them at the end with a gel pen. So it's just coloring over the black lines. Now I'm also going to shade under his skate a little bit. So again, I want a nice fuzzy edge for blending. So I'm going to go over these and make sure I left enough to blend out. So I want my ice to look smooth. Okay, I'm going to put it under his skate here. And here. Now, however you want to shadow yours up is fine. I'm going to put it here where I feel like the darker areas would be. And also because having a darker color here will make the tops of these snow hills look whiter. So we're going to come back here and do the same thing. And there's like a large white area, so I'm going to add a little bit here, even though there's no lines showing through there. Don't want any wide open areas, and you'll kind of see why that comes into play once I get the other colors down. Now, I haven't actually tested these. Usually I test my colors, but we're just kind of winging it here, so if this doesn't work, we will have to adjust as we go. And then again, I am going to do a little around this snow on the bushes, just so that when I come in and put it in with that white gel pen, the white of the snow will really pop. Okay, so I forgot a line up here as well. Okay. Just kind of touching up, making sure everywhere's got a little color if there needs to be. Okay, now we're going to come in with our cloud blue. This cloud blue pencil does not, it's different. I was thinking it was going to be more like the Prismacolor cloud blue. This is not. So be aware when you go to use it that it is very much a more grayish blue, which is perfect for this. I did like the name. So most of the names for the pencils were fitting as far as like jade blue, aqua, things like that. There were a couple I found weird, and I don't remember what they are right off, but I'm sure we will run into them throughout our journey. But so everywhere I put that cadet blue, I'm going over with cloud blue. And this is ice, not snow, so it can be a little darker, and depending on the color palette you have going throughout your page. I haven't actually got that far on mine to know what color I'm doing mine, but okay. So I think I got a little of that everywhere now. And now we are going to take that pastel blue. This is where our circular motions will come in handy. I'm trying to start on a spot where you'll be able to see it come together. So circular motions. Back blending over everything. Circular motions. I can see a couple areas where I'm going to have to come back and touch up, where I went a little hard with that cadet blue and left some lines. That's all right. So let me blend some of this up and come back. Okay, so there's what my ice looks like finished. I did touch mine up with just a little bit of Gamsol just because I wanted to see how they worked with it and blend it a little smoother. So now I will take a white gel pen, which I did not get out before I decided to press play again. Okay. White gel pen, and I did decide to go a little darker on my ice because I'm gonna do these either white or silver, or maybe like white with some glitter, and I really wanted them to pop. So I did do behind them a little darker blue so that that would show through when the time came. Get my gel pen started here. I'm not doing a perfect straight line, so mine is squiggly on purpose just because I feel like snow is kind of bumpy. And if your gel pen soaks up too much of the blue or the gray and it's not very bright, you could use acrylic paint, or you can always come back and put a second coat on it. But all I'm going to do is go through. It might be because I used that Gamsol on here. Betting is why my pen isn't loving it. Usually it works pretty good. But I will go through. I'm probably going to pull my acrylic. So I have a super fine tip brush. So I just use good old apple barrel white. I use matte. I don't like the gloss, but to each their own. Super fine tip, if I could find my words. Paintbrush. This one is well loved. This is a Princeton Art and Brush Co. No idea where I got it, but it's the smallest one I could find. Now if these lines come out a little thick or you don't like the way they look, the great thing about acrylic paint is it comes right off. So all you have to do is go around your lines with your sharp tip pencil and it will come right off. So I will touch that up as well. It's going to look a little wild right now because I'm going to leave it rough and let it dry. I don't have a very steady hand. The only thing about a little tiny paintbrush like this is you do have to refill the paint on it frequently. Very light pressure to get it smooth, which I am also not good at. So that is going to be my ice. I will white out that line as well. I will put in some more over here. I will do this one back here and then kind of touch them up with the pencil and finish the trees for next time. Let me bring it up a little so you can see. All right, so there we are so far, using the Arrtx pencils and a little bit of paint. I would show you how I'm going to clean that up, but it's not quite dry yet, so can't. Questions, comments, anything like that, please let me know. And I hope to see you for part 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.